G'day and welcome to another Fearless and Focused Insight series. Today I've got the lovely Louise Dutka with me. How are you going, Louise?
Good, thanks. How are you going?
I'm fantastic. Always great to chat with you.
Yeah, always
Um,
good.
yes, and Louise, like everybody, Louise has had her fair share of struggles throughout her life. Some of those struggles you'd probably think would be part of a Hollywood movie script. Yet she has powered through all of them and is now becoming a very strong voice for midlife women and showing them that there's still plenty of life left by creating incomes online, like an income online. So, Louise, if you'd like to share a bit about you, what you do, and then also lead into a struggle that you'd like to share with everybody.
Sure. So I'm Louise. I'm 50, turned 50 this year, big 50. Um, a mother of two and grandmother, which my grandkids call me Yanni, because I thought I was too young to be a grandma. So they call me Yanni. So I've got four, and number five is due any second of this day this week. So that's really exciting. I guess for me, I was heading into my midlife a few years back, and I thought, oh my God, like I need to look after my health because I have grandkids coming and stuff like that. So, and I wanted to be able to keep up with them, I guess. So, how I ended up in the online space, I guess, is um, when I found these products. I thought I'm going to try them. I don't want to be at the doctors all the time taking, medications and stuff like that. So, I wanted to do midlife holistically, I guess you can say, and I know there's lots of
Yep.
people do the same. So I found these products, I'd stalked this woman out online, bought the products, and she sort of said, oh, why don't you can make income from that. And I had never done anything online
Yep.
before, you know what I mean? So that led me into network marketing, which I knew nothing about, and I had no idea. I stumbled, I failed, you know what I mean? It didn't align with me. I will be
Yep.
honest now. So I'm going to cut the network story a bit short because it didn't align with me because I had
Yep.
my upline saying, post this and post that. And it wasn't
Yeah.
sounding like me. You know what I mean? Do this, do this. Anyway, none of that sounded like me. And I was like, oh, I don't know. But I already then started to get that fire in my belly
Yep.
that there's got to be more. And I started meeting different people online, I guess, different circles and then I was like, oh, if they're doing it, surely there's a way I can do it. You know what I mean? And make income. And I don't have to sound like a pushy salesperson,
Yep.
selling products and stuff. So like I don't sell products anymore. I still use them because they're really good for my health.
Yep.
I just decided to veer off and see what else was out there. You know what I mean? So that led me into the digital world, I guess you could say, because I
Yep.
could see that there was income to be made. Definitely not tech savvy. I didn't even like computers at school. Like I thought nerds just went to the computer room. You know what I mean? So I didn't know anything about it. So for me to dive in and then start learning all this stuff, I thought other women could learn this as well. So I wanted to become, and I think I said this to you before, Craig, I wanted to become the person that I wish I had met when I first started
Yep.
online.
Yep.
No fluff, no bullshit. Just tell me the facts. Tell me how I can get started and show me the way without having to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on all these courses that I'm not going to
Hmm.
implement. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
I've
Absolutely.
done lots of coaching. I
Yep.
have, you know what I mean? And it just kept giving me that fire in the belly to
Yep.
want more and, go in off in different
Mm.
little, directions. So
No,
I
that's
don't
it.
regret my network marketing days because another coach have said to me before, because I was like to her, oh God, like I wasted time. She said, no, you've actually gained the confidence to do what you do now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
It was a
um,
learning curve. It was a learning curve.
100%, yeah. And
Yeah.
I think that it sort of helped me get to what I do now and,
Yeah.
be able to show people without a uni
Yep.
degree. We've been the mums, we've been the nanas, we've been the aunties, we've been the
Yep.
stay-at-home mums. We don't have all that. Back in the day, it was very different. You know what I mean? You stayed at home, you brought your kids up. We didn't
Yep.
have the access to the internet.
No.
Like I think now, God, how far advanced we would be if we did. You know what I mean? So
Oh, it'd be, yeah, it's frightening
yeah, well, so
actually.
we'd say people our age. You know what I mean? This is
Yeah.
all new to us. It's foreign language. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like yeah, I think you've seen some of my posts, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know what SEO was. I think, like, these are swear words to me, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know any of that. Now it's like, oh my God, like,
Yeah.
it's just the pennies dropped, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and it's just a different way of learning that I've learned it,
Yep.
and have been able to connect with coaches that just
Yep.
say in what they say layman's terms, I guess, without
Yep.
all the fluff.
Yeah.
and it's made
That's
me
it.
be able to go and do what I do. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
and I know people are probably looking, oh, I don't know how you have the confidence to do that. I have people say it to me all the time. I can't do
Mm,
what you do, Louise, and I'm like,
mm,
what do you mean? You know what I mean? So, and then if you want, let's take it back a bit. You know what I mean? Like I have had health struggles in my younger
yep.
days. You know what I mean? You know this, Craig.
Yep.
Um, I'll just touch lightly on that because we don't want to go
Yep.
into too deep. But
Yep.
while I was 22 weeks pregnant with my son, I had a brain hemorrhage. Learned
Yep.
to walk again. Learned to do everything again. Still bring my children up. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. It's you
Yeah.
can do it. People can do it, and I want to
Oh,
be proof that women our age just don't have to hide and
yeah.
think that they can't do it or
Yeah.
you know.
No, that's it. And look, even like from a male's perspective, like since I've known you and learnt about your story, like your past, because we went in deeper with that on early in the year on one of my other
Yep.
masterminds, and it's where you are from what you went through and where you are now, and you're only growing more and more. It's
Yep.
very inspirational. Like even to like for me as a bloke, like seeing other
Mm.
people around my age thriving and
Yep.
keener. It's very inspiring knowing where people have come from because, as you know, people our age, as you touched on, we didn't have internet back in the
No.
day. At school, well, I'm a few years older than you. We didn't even have a computer room at
No,
all.
it
We'd
was an
go to the
elective
library.
when I was at school. It was an
Yeah.
elective.
So
Yeah.
computers weren't a thing for us, and they were the old Commodore 64 systems from my
Green
memory.
screen.
Yeah, the black screen, the green writing, and you're like, whoa, where we are now. And a lot
Mm.
of people our age still struggle with
Yep.
technology. And I guess people around our age are probably more skeptical of the online space and the way we could be these days, which they struggle with. And that keeps them in a struggle. Like they don't want to know about it because they think it's too hard. But as you said, it's not.
Yeah,
Anyone
because
can
our
do it.
brains are wired to that. And I even know
Yes.
from the network marketing days, Craig, people say, oh, it's pyramid selling and all this quick to run their mouths. But then
Mm.
do you know that pyramid selling like selling is illegal? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if we have a product and we're on selling it, that's not pyramid. Like it's no
No.
different to Woolies or Coles. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
That's
there's
it.
someone higher at the top all the time. Doesn't matter
Yep.
what you do. So people are just quick to say, oh, network marketers and stuff. But what
Yeah.
they didn't realize, if I go to Priceline and buy some skincare cream or a vitamin tablet that the 15-year-old checkout chicks told me to buy because her boss has said, oh, we want to push that this week. They don't know actually what's in those
No.
products. And most network marketing products have gone through such a strong and long process to be
Yes.
able to be sold the way they are
Yeah.
that you and I can put something on the shelf in Priceline and it doesn't
Yeah.
go through that. You know what I
No.
mean? So
That's it.
I think the old brain is wired to
Yep.
thinking, oh, network marketing, oh, Amway
Mm.
days or something like
Yep.
that. You know what I mean? And people didn't
Yeah.
succeed, but so many people do succeed in it.
No, that's it.
Um,
That's it.
yeah, so it's just how we're wired.
No,
So it is
that's it.
hard to take that step and go, what if I fail?
Yeah.
But I've soon learnt that it's okay to fail and it's okay to fall, but just fall forward.
Yes. Yep.
That's
No,
another
that's it.
learning curve, you know what I mean? And we've all done it in the online space
Yeah.
because I've mimicked my upline because that's what I thought you had to do. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like, and it wasn't me.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I know
No,
that when
that's
they
it.
say you can't put a square peg in a round hole, and that
Yep.
would definitely be me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to wear what everyone else is wearing. I want to wear what I want to wear, and you know what I
Yeah.
mean. So, yeah, stand out
No,
that little bit different. You know what I mean? So,
absolutely.
I guess for me now going into teaching how to, you know, make and sell digital products online
Yep.
or the AI space and automating my
Yep.
systems and stuff like that. I do love the AI imagery because I can be
Yeah.
creative and
Oh,
put out there. And so many of my posts, people say, I actually would have put that past you, Louise. Like April Fool's Day, I put myself with a monkey under the Harbour Bridge. So I just picked up my new pet. I've always wanted a pet monkey. I
yeah.
got so many great comments, and some of my girlfriends actually like, I actually wouldn't put this past you, but how the hell did you get that monkey? I'll outfit the
No.
link. Well, I haven't read. I just popped up as a notification one of my posts yesterday, and I was on the runway with that toy costume
Yeah.
thing on,
I
on the
love that.
runway.
I've seen
And I
that.
feel like my girlfriend just commented something like, "I could actually see you wearing this."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
No, that's it.
yeah.
That's
So,
it.
and
So,
then we caught lots of flack over the AI imaging.
Yep.
But I've since just joined this group or a movement actually, and talking about that, we're not trying to say that that's us, but just sort of that empowerment and I don't know, it's fun. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so I've put myself in Paris and stuff like that. Like,
Yep.
oh, Eloise hasn't been to Paris, you know what I mean? But just the message from the image is not
Yeah.
changing. So
Yeah.
whatever my caption is not changing.
Mm.
The story stays the same,
Yeah.
but the images are stop the scroll because people go, oh my God,
Yeah.
like, what's she doing? And then they read the comment, they go,
Yeah.
oh, you know,
Yeah.
type of thing. So
That's
yeah, I
it.
don't know, it's fun.
You're still you. Yeah.
Yeah,
At
that's
the end of the day,
right.
you're still you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so, all right. So moving into the online space. So you haven't been in the online space for that long, like only for a few
No.
years.
Yeah.
What sort of? I think this would be a good sort of topic. Like, so with being in the 50s, like early,
Hmm.
like 50. So how did you? What sort of struggles did you find coming into it? Like I know you
Yeah.
said you
So
touched on with your network marketing, you didn't gel with your uplines, which I can relate to that. We've been there, done that. And like a lot of them are younger and they push things a different way and they push it
yeah.
across or try and get you to push it across that comes out fake and phony and
Yeah.
a little bit scammy sometimes, some of them.
Yeah.
What sort of struggles, like even moving from that into what you're doing now, what sort of struggles did you face and be able to
I
overcome?
guess the struggles is because we have the experience over the young ones.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, how do we express our, because they think they're on there, they're 20 years old, and they know it all. But our experience, we have the experience. And this is what I'm saying to the ladies now. You already have what it takes because you have
Yes.
that life experience and that. But now you need to know how to
Bingo.
implement it and niche down. And so when I
Yep.
went into inline space, I didn't know that you had a niche. I didn't even know what that word
Yeah.
was. You know what I mean? Like, what's a niche?
Yeah.
You know? And so I was just like, oh, I'm going to go there and sell these products. And then I had all these blokes like messaging me, going, oh, hi, sexy, you know, all that. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want this. And then
Yeah.
I thought, no, I just want to target women. So
Yeah.
I just didn't accept any male friend requests
Yep.
or anything, right? So I was just like, I'm not talking to you blokes. I don't want to sell you menopausal stuff because you don't,
Yeah.
you know, what I mean, you're only on here, you know, let's hook up or whatever. And I'm like it
Mm.
was just trashy, and I'm just like, this is not
Mm.
me, you know what I mean? So I think that was a struggle. So when I decided to go off into the digital space, I still want to
Mm.
target the midlife women because I want to show them that number one, you do need to have good health. You know, what I mean, whether I'm
Mm.
network marketing or not on products, you still need to have your health, and then you have the health, you have the energy, and then you can see,
Yep.
I don't know, you see things differently. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So get your health in order,
Mm.
and then you have the confidence to go and do
Yep.
greater things anyway. You know what I mean? We have
Yeah.
the experience. So now it's like, oh, niche down. Now it's time to show these women they've got their health in order. Now
Yep.
it's time to show them, well, we can go and create income online as well.
Yep.
So then I was like, well, Louise, you've been so not anti men, but you haven't let all these men into your space.
Yep.
But now you're going in a digital world, it's so different.
Yes.
You're going to meet with these people. A lot of them are men. They don't want to go, oh, hey, sexy, but they've got really good value to give
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean? Like you and I, like 3, 4 years ago, I would not have connected with you because I would have
No.
thought, I'm not connecting with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I started having these men to my thing, and I was like, oh, this is weird because I've been holding out for so long,
Yep.
just niching down. Then I worked out, well, you can still niche down, Louise, but these men still have value as well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And we can still connect. We're all still in the digital world
Absolutely.
and connect that way. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I guess it's yeah, that find that confidence to step out and think that you're watching all these 20-year-olds, but don't compare yourself.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't even compare myself to someone my own age because they're bringing different value. Their life
Mm.
experiences are different as well.
Yeah.
So I guess
No,
it's to
absolutely.
stay in your own lane. Don't compare yourself
Mm.
because we do. We all get, oh, but look at what she's
Yep.
doing. And I think everyone gets in the scroll hole, what I call a scroll hole,
Yep.
and you're looking and you're going, oh my God, I'm missing out because they're that. So you get FOMO, right? And
Yep.
so you're thinking, oh, they're doing better than me. But what
Yeah.
part of the journey are they on? Are they just
Yeah.
started or are they right into it? You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like,
No.
how far in are they?
Yeah.
We've all got to start somewhere.
Absolutely. No, that's spot on. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I I read something there not long ago. Everyone is um meant to be where they're at
Mm,
in life. Like, and when it went in further, it explained that throughout school, everyone's on the same level. While you go
yeah.
throughout your schooling, everyone's on the same level. Like all the kids in your own year, all on the same level. Once you leave school and move into the workforce, you've got lots of different age people. So everyone's at a different level in their life, but you're where you're meant to be. So in other words, you shouldn't be focusing on where someone else is or what they're doing. You should be focusing more on what you're doing and what you want, but learn from those around you. Watch people, learn from people. That's
Yeah.
probably a bigger thing because I think that, as you said, that FOMO really stops people because they get that fear of
Yeah.
missing out
Yeah.
and then they get afraid to delve in because they think, oh, I'm so far behind. But no, you're
Yes.
not.
So I could go back even further. One of my first job interviews after my children had gone through schooling and, my son had
Yep,
sort of hit that 15 and stuff. I thought, oh my God, I've been at home for so long. And anyway, long story short, I went into disability care and I had to put this resume in. I've never done disability. I had done the
yep,
course, but I hadn't done it.
yep,
And so when I did my resume, my cover letter, I wrote in there how I've been a mum, stay at home, so we're really good at organizing time
yep,
and, like having structure. And it was just this, letter about pretty well putting my mum life
yeah,
into a letter saying, well, I can manage this and I can manage my time and because you've got to be at places or whatever.
mm,
Anyway, so I got called in for that interview. And anyway, long story, I got the job
yeah,
and we'll giggle about it today, but she was a younger boss and she said one of the questions she asked me, how do you feel about me being, younger than you? And I said, no worries. Like I don't
mm,
have any worries at all. I've never
yep,
done this job before. Obviously, she'd
mm,
been in it for however long, and it was one of my best bosses. You know what I mean?
yep,
But
yep,
there was no fear if I had to go and clean the toilets. I think she was
mm,
like, she's probably come up against people that are older,
yep,
going not doing that. But I said, if the job needs to be done, it's done. I didn't
yep,
care. I didn't see the age barrier. I guess
yeah,
that was her
no,
role, and I was
yep,
coming on as a new kid. So,
yeah,
yeah.
no, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
So another question: have you ever lost yourself trying to meet everyone else's expectations?
Well, I think that happens in everyone's life to a
Yep,
certain degree, you know what I mean? But I think this is again come down to an age thing now,
yep,
whereas I'm not 20 years old. So
yeah,
if I come up against people with younger, that are
mm,
younger than me that seem to have it all together, we know that they probably don't pay because
yeah,
we've been there, you know what I mean? So I guess
yep,
when they say maturity then kicks in and goes,
yep,
well, yeah, like I'm not comparing myself to you or,
yep,
you know, yeah, just different. I think that is a maturity thing
yeah,
when it comes
no,
down to an age
definitely,
thing. So
definitely,
yeah, I find that a bit easier to overlook than get caught up with that. So
yep,
yeah.
no, that's it. Um, what else have I got here? I've got a few different questions. You've answered a few of them, which I knew you would. So what helped you hold on when things felt like they were falling apart? Like when you were going through trying to build your business and
Yeah.
or build your future or different aspects. What sort of helped you
I
hold
guess
on?
because you get that fire in your belly, that hunger for
Yep,
it, and that
yep,
because you learn something new, you fall forward, you
yep,
learn something new, you keep falling forward, and then you're like, I don't know, you have set goals because any business owner should have their goals
yep,
already written out. So then if you like click that, so then you move the goalpost back, and it's just about moving
yep,
those goalposts further and further away,
yep,
and then you feel like you're getting that, and then you keep moving. And I think
yep,
even that if you were more advanced than say what we were, you would still have those goalposts that you keep moving. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So yeah, I can think that
mm,
that's kind of keeps you going. And then looking at the bigger picture is like, what do you want in 5 or 10 years? You know what
yeah,
I mean? So where do you want to be?
yeah,
Sipping cocktails on the beach and have everything running,
yeah,
for itself. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
that's it. No, that's absolutely it. Um, well, you've actually covered a fair few of my questions that I wanted to ask.
that's good.
Because yeah, like you've touched on a few good points there, like with so I believe anybody that will be watching would be sort of they'd pick up a lot of value out of this as far as being able to just go for it. Like the only thing holding anyone back is themselves.
100%, yeah.
You
And
know?
just finding that right person, I guess, because you need to gel with somebody that's going to help help you fall, I guess,
Yep.
forward. And so I've, connected with a few in the past and not, and there's a couple that
Mm.
have stood out that I have connected with and, sort of learned a lot from them. And that I guess has pushed me to where I am
Yeah.
today. And they're the ones that stand there cheering me on all the time,
Yep.
going, oh my God, or I'll do something that they actually haven't shown me, but it now
Mm.
makes sense to me. So I
Yep.
can go off and implement that myself, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And then say, look what I've done there. Like, oh my God, like
Yeah.
you just done that, you know what I mean? So, and I'm not tech
Yeah.
savvy. Like I
Yep.
said, I thought computers were for nerds. Um, Anything AI now intrigues me.
Yep.
And I guess before I probably was skeptical as well. Like there's lots of people out there going, oh, and hot date, I hope my dad watches this, is a while, not only a few weeks back, I was showing mum some stuff on Chat GPT, and and I said to my dad, he said, "Oh no, just give me Google." And I was like, "Dad, don't, Google is dead." He's like, "No, I'm right, I got Google." It's like, "No,
Yeah.
it's dead, Dad." So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's just old school. But if you
Yeah.
show him new things, and I was
Yeah.
like, "No, can you just let me show you? We'll love it." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
No.
my mum's a retired teacher, and she's retired, but she's actually still working. If that makes
Yeah.
sense. And she just said to me this morning, literally, and I can screenshot it and show you. She said, "Oh my God, she used one of these AI things to do some report." Because I had said to her,
Yep.
"Mum, you should be using them when you're doing these things." And they're obviously implementing it now in the education system
Yep.
and whatever. And she said, "Oh, why wasn't this around when, back
Yeah.
30, 40 years ago when she
That's
was like
it.
handwriting stuff and, had to
Yeah.
use, and it's not even that she's not using her brain, it's just a time factor. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It cuts so much time if it's
Yeah.
used right. You know what I mean?
No,
So
that's it.
you're going to have everyone saying, oh, it's a scammers and stuff. But
Yeah.
no,
No.
used right, trained right, and shown by the right people, I think
Yeah.
it's a really
Yeah.
amazing tool. So
No, that's it.
yeah.
Another question I've got there. So how you touched on like connecting and reaching out and using coaches and what have you. How valuable, like obviously you've put across how valuable it is, but how valuable has a coach been that you've got a coach like a business coach, but they've helped you? Would you say that a lot of your business coaches have also helped you with your any of your mental struggles or your
Yeah,
emotional struggles?
100%.
And how valuable would you say that has been to your progression?
Yeah, 100%. Because I feel like when you start coaching, you just think that, oh, I'm only need a coach to learn the digital world or whatever,
Yep.
all the tech stuff. But it's not, it's much greater than that. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because, yeah, they tap in different ways. And I think we don't even realize that they're tapping it in. And you have those aha moments and you're like, aha, you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
where we might have been, yeah, you had struggles or something like that. And then you self doubt and stuff like that. So you're
Yep.
having that coach helps you come out of that and
Yep.
go, I deserve this just as well as the next
Yep.
person, or do you know what I mean? So again, not just learning the hands-on stuff. There's so much more involved. I think when
Yep.
you choose a coach, if you gel with the coach,
Yep.
yeah, um,
Yeah.
lots of great things can happen. So
Yeah, no,
yeah.
absolutely, and that's what I've found. Like, well, you yourself, you've worked with many coaches.
Mhm.
Some you gel with, and you continue to gel with. Others that you may gel with to start with, but then you realize they're not what you thought
Yes,
they'd be.
I've
So,
had that as well.
yeah, and I have too, and it's lesson learned. You
Yeah,
still do learn some things from them, but you don't keep learning from them after the fact. Whereas, like we've got one coach in common, and she that we've both worked with, and we continue to get value. Like I know you do, I do
100%. Yeah, and I
value out of
feel
her
like
all the time. Mm,
yeah, any good coach too will let you come and go. Do you know what I mean? Because you'll get to a
absolutely.
point, yeah.
Yeah.
So like you've just said, we've got this, similar coach in common, and that like yeah, at the moment I just needed a break to go off and do
Yeah.
something else. You know what I mean? But there's always that ability to come to and fro because it was not
Absolutely.
just a financial gain for your coach.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
So
That's
there's
right.
so much more about that connection and
Yeah.
building. Where I've had a coach in the past, and I think it was just for money gain.
Yep.
And then when I said, oh, look, I just don't think that this is aligning and that she just
Mm,
wasn't happy that, so I
yeah.
feel like that's a really wrong attitude to have as a
Yeah.
coach.
No,
That if
that's
you've
it.
worked with someone for a few months and they just say that's not
Mm,
aligning, like, yeah, okay,
yeah.
like that's okay. Not everyone's the
Yeah.
same, and that's,
Yeah.
but
No,
then give
that's
the
it.
person the benefit of the doubt that they've given you that 3 or 4 months to try and work out whether you gel, and if you don't, well, then that's okay, but still wish them well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
but if you do right by yeah, they'll have that coming to and fro, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
No, that's
I
it.
feel like
Absolutely.
anyone that can give you value can do that to and fro, you know what I mean? So,
Absolutely. And as I said, they can help you in many ways. Yeah, you may have a business coach, but they'll help you on a personal level, and a personal coach
yeah,
can help you on a business level. They
that's
don't have to
right.
be
And I
experts in
think
that.
again, it comes down to that experience, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? So, what you've experienced, and then you talk about it, and then someone goes, "Oh my God, like, that's me," you know what I mean?
yeah,
So, yeah,
yeah,
so then that's sort of that connection as well,
yeah. No,
And so,
absolutely.
although I've connected with so many men in the AI world and learned from them and stuff like that, I'm still just niching down to coach women, if that makes sense,
Yeah,
because I still want them to have a safe place to come and go, oh my God, like I just can't do this where
yeah,
you can, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
no questions, silly, you know what I mean? Because we've all been
yeah.
there,
No, well,
you know what
that's
I
it,
mean?
and that you've got personal experience with that, and that's you.
Yeah,
You've been through a lot of things, and your personal experience, you can help them better. So that's
that's right.
stands to reason why you'd niche down and
Yeah.
just
And
work.
so for me, and like back from network marketing, I didn't just sell the products. I went off and did menopausal coaching. I did
Yep,
ice bath coaching. Like I'm certified in all that. You know what I mean?
yep,
So I haven't just thrown that away because I'm just now
mm.
niching down with women. If they come in there and they go, "Oh my God, I've got a headache today and I just don't feel like it," and I'm shitting that, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, but hey, are your hormones in order? You know? So yeah, there's lots. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So it's really
yeah.
good to be able to have that sort of banter as well with them, and
It
then they
does.
feel okay. I'm gonna
Yeah,
connect with Louise because
yeah.
yeah, she
No,
gets it.
that's it. That's it.
So
That's
yeah,
exactly it. So, all right. Well, moving on, we'll jump into a rapid fire question segment. So as I said, just what rolls off your head there. So first one, what's the hardest truth you've had to face?
oh, what hardest truth you've had to face? Um, I don't know. God, that's a tough one, isn't it? There's probably lots. Hardest truth I've had to face.
Or one of
Um,
the hardest truths you've had to face.
oh, one of the hardest truths is, oh God, I don't know how to word that. I'll talk your ear off and now you've put me on the spot. Hardest truth I've had to face. Hmm.
That's all right. We'll move on. If it's
Yeah, move on. I don't
all right.
know. There's lots.
Um, that's good because I think you're the first one I've stumped with that question.
Hmm.
That's good. I like these because it does make
No
people
time to
think.
think about it.
Yeah. A song, quote, phrase, or a saying that got you through some tough times.
Don't worry, be happy.
Love it. That's an oldie, but a bloody good, isn't it? Yeah, the old song. Yeah. Okay. Biggest misconception about you.
Biggest misconception,
Hmm.
like it for myself,
Hmm? Sorry.
like that I would
Yeah.
think of myself.
Biggest misconception about you.
Oh, that I wasn't good enough to do what I do.
Yep.
Yeah,
No, good. Because we do think that, and we
yeah.
are. Yeah. No, good.
But it takes
Um.
some time, and now I'm like, oh, I am.
Yeah. No, that's it. Perfect. A
What
daily
about your
non.
biggest own roadblock?
Yes, that's it. That's exactly right. A daily non-negotiable that keeps you moving forward.
Daily non-negotiable. Um, checking in with my family. Like, yeah, I think just
Love
to
it.
make sure that they're all good for the day, that I'm good for the day,
Yep.
especially my children, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, that is
Awesome. That.
yeah, always
Love that.
checking in on them. So okay.
Love that. That's awesome.
Because if they're having a
Um,
bad day, then it doesn't leave your mind, you know what I mean? So just to
yeah.
know that they're good for the day, then I'm good for the day as well.
Yeah.
So
No, that's it. A word that describes your lowest point.
fucking shit.
Love it. Straight to the point. Yep.
Been there before
Yep.
and it's
Love
shit
it.
and I wouldn't wish upon anybody.
No, that's it. I agree. A word that describes your breakthrough.
Pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah, cool. A word that describes who you are now.
Oh, I don't know. She's pretty wild.
That's very fitting. Very fitting.
She's original. She's an original.
Yep. No, that's it. Next one. What do you tell your inner critic? Because we've all got one of them.
And the critic, stop it. Just stop.
Uh, um, what's one thing you no longer apologize for?
Being me. What
Love
I
it.
say, or yeah, anything. Like, I don't care.
Uh,
Yeah.
awesome. Awesome. All right. So, one final question to finish all this off. What would you say to anyone who's listening or watching this right now who feels completely lost, broken, confused, or struggling in silence?
Reach out. Reach out to someone close to you, someone
Yeah.
you might have mad, or even if you don't know them, don't reach out. This, you're obviously watching this, you're on the, social platforms or whatever.
Yep.
Reach out to someone that you feel like you can connect with. You know what I mean? So whether it's the way they look or, you know, quirky things, whatever, just reach out because
Yep.
you just don't know what everyone else got going on. So yeah.
Absolutely. Because the
And most
majority,
people that I've met online, like yourself, you know what I mean? Everyone's
yep,
willing to have a chat or, you know what I mean? We
absolutely.
don't
Yep.
all have the answers, but it might just help you have a better day than a bad day, you know what I mean? So,
That's
yeah.
it. That's it. Most people won't bite. If you reach out,
No,
most of them won't bite. There might be a few out
yeah.
there that will, but most won't bite.
And anyone that uses social media these days, it's not like we're not using Facebook for our Dear Diary or our burn book or anything like that.
No.
It's about creating connection. And
Yep.
I guess that's one thing I have learned as well about socials is that how you use it and use it
Yep.
correctly. You know what I mean? So,
Yes. No,
and that
definitely.
is about opening up and connecting and stuff like that because there's always
Yep.
someone else out there worse off than you, let me tell you that.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep. No,
yeah.
perfect. So,
So, yeah.
all right. Well, always lovely to talk to you, Louise.
No
If
worries.
anybody is, interested in reaching out to Louise, I'm sure she'd be happy to talk to anyone. I will drop
More than
all
happy.
her links in below, so you'll be able to find all her links. If you can't, by all means, reach out to me, and I will pass them on. But yep, no, thank you very much for your time, Louise. Really
No
appreciate
worries.
it.
Thanks, Craig. Always good. And we've timed that well because my laptop's about to die as well. So
Cool, no
we've
worries.
timed it really well.
Righto then. All right, I'll talk to you another time.
All right.
See
Thanks,
ya.
Craig.
Bye.